One. Hello everyone and welcome to today's Berlin Liftoff Film Festival Roundup. Claire's joining us. Where are you calling in from today, Claire?
Hi everybody, calling in from my home in South London.
And I'm here at Pyman Studios. Rupert is in the room somewhere, but I just couldn't get him on my lap today, so I do apologise if he barks throughout the stream. But if you are watching, please feel free to say hello in the chat room and I will do my best to pass on your comments. And if you do have any questions regarding the festival or anything to do with the Liftoff Global Network, do let us know and we will answer those during the stream. So Claire, is there anything else that you'd like to share?
Just week 2. So that's exciting. You know, we're sort of approaching the midpoint of the festival and the stats that we're about to share with you are fantastic. It's been super exciting to see. So I think, let's run through the programs, Nat.
Yeah, so the focus groups, we mentioned that. And if you are currently on the Festival Hub, thank you so much for signing up to the focus groups. The first one is kicking off on Tuesday with the Writer's Room. And then we have each individual programme taking place thereafter. So thank you to those who have signed up. We really look forward to those sessions and seeing all the feedback in those private groups.
If anyone signed up to those, you have now been invited to what's called a sort of secret group within the Festival Hub. So do accept that invitation and you'll see all the information. A Google Calendar invite should have also headed your way. Again, with the Google Meet link, we look forward to seeing your faces.
Claire, there is a question in the chat room here for you. And it is from Mohammed, who asks, when does the Liftoff session start?
Liftoff Sessions goes officially live on Monday, but everybody screening will actually receive an email by the end of today with their free filmmaker link just to sign up for the filmmaker preview. Officially live Monday, 10 a.m. We're looking forward to it.
Amazing. So Claire is going to disappear now, but you will be able to hear her voice as we get up all the statistics for the festivals. So Claire, entertain as I move the different slides.
Amazing. So we are going to kick off with the Judges Select Shorts, the first of our 5 programs. Same as last week, we're going to be running through some of the stats. As of 11 a.m. today, GMT. But today we're going to look at the films that are top of each program, and then the biggest movers, as we call them. So these aren't necessarily the films that are in second or third place at the moment, but the ones that have seen a big shift in votes.
Amazing. Yeah. So up first, I've got the Judges Select Shorts. So why don't you take it away?
Okay, so Judges Select Shorts. We've had 140 people watching over the first 2 weeks from 16 different countries, and we have just hit 1,000 playthroughs of short films.
Well, 1,010.
Exactly, 1,010 playthroughs. 113 of the 140 have voted thus far. And at the moment, Iridescent is still top of the votes on this programme. Alan Isaac is now on 8 votes. And then Fancy a Cuppa and Snake Man, The Charmed Life and Hard Times of Jackie Bibby, The Texas Snake Man, are both on 7. They saw huge shifts this week, so that's really exciting. But starting with Iridescent then, the short live action from Catherine Carmichael in the UK. Today is Elise's 21st birthday. Elise suffers from Tourette's syndrome. She has done since she was 13 years old. Elise's tics don't involve her shouting or swearing. Brought up in a loving, slightly kooky family with a natural acceptance of all, Elise thrives within her home. But school life has not been kind, picked on for being different, and often the popular girls that have given her the hardest time. So do check that out.
And Catherine is currently in the chat room, so she's saying that it's freezing in Devon. It is absolutely freezing here as well. I'm just like trying to warm up.
Freezing, but a beautiful part of the world. I'm jealous of you down there, Catherine.
Catherine, congratulations again for leading the way on this collection.
Yeah, a lot of people loving this film. And Catherine, I know you've signed up for the focus group, so thank you for that as well. It's really cool. We look forward to our chat next week.
Okay, so then moving on to the next film.
Yes, Alan Isaac, a Danish film here, directed by Lena Silag. In a near future, the first humanoid, Alan Isaac, or AI I should say, is created to pass a live Turing test. And in addition to being a convincing human being, he also has to be a perfect moral being, meaning making the most right choice in every situation. With this mission, Alan met a girl, Oselle, whom he now goes out on a date with. During this day, Alan realizes how tricky, if not impossible, it is to convince her that he is a human being while also making the right choice in every situation. So a 23-minute short live action. There we go. Very cool. Then we've got Fancy a Cuppa, directed by Lot Cassidy. Nice to see an animation here. Forgetfulness is a normal part of aging. Memories come and go in no particular order. My grandma tells us her childhood memories over a cup of tea. How cute does that sound?
Yeah.
And then Snake Man, The Charmed Life and Hard Times of Jackie Bibby, the Texas Snake Man, is a USA film directed by Brian Nashell. Snake Man follows one long day in the fading life of the world's most renowned rattlesnake handler. Ooh. Now at 68 years old, Jackie struggles to remain relevant in a world where circus tent sideshows no longer draw the crowds they once did.
So if
and
you
look
have
at that picture.
Yeah, if you have a fear of snakes, then maybe this isn't the right one for you. But if you have an interest in snakes, I highly, highly recommend and just following the life of our
Jackie Bibby.
snake tamer there. Of Jackie, yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Catherine asked a question in the chat room, so I'm just going to say yes to that. But the voting is open for the public for the entire month of February. So if you have some votes, if you've rented the collection and you'd like to vote, you have until the end of the month to get your votes in. Cool. Okay, so moving on to the next programme. We've got the Judges Select features. So we've got 42 viewers from 11 countries with 260 playthroughs and currently on 11 votes. So all of the statistics that we're reading out here, just to clarify once again, is from 11 a.m. GMT today, 12th of February. So the films that are currently in the lead and the biggest movers of the week are Coming Up Short with 4 votes, King of Ravens on 2 votes, and Broken Souls also on 2 votes. So Coming Up Short was also featured in last week's stream. So well done to Queen Muhammad Ali and Hakeem Khalik there. Coming Up Short is a true story about Shorty, a member of the Lynch Mob, one of the most controversial platinum and gold rap recording groups of all time, led by Ice Cube. So this is a 60-minute documentary, absolutely fantastic, so I highly recommend that you take a look. So next we have King of Ravens, directed by Peter Leroyski from Germany. So Darko, a young survival artist, lives legally in Germany. He tries to keep himself and his sick mother afloat in an urban jungle until he is at risking of losing himself in an amour foul with a mystery Alina. What at first seemed to suit him very well soon becomes a problem. He begins to fall in love with her. Alina seems to enjoy the situation, but leaves it open for the long time whenever she shares her feelings. The fragile dream shatters when the unequal relationship with the past catches up with them. Suddenly, Darko's whole existence, as well as the hopes for a better life, is at stake. So this is a live action narrative that is 105 minutes, and I just love that poster. It gives away all of the tones of the piece. So well done. And then the other film is Broken Souls, directed by Juan Abraham from Mexico. Julian decides to embark on a journey with no destination, leaving everything behind. 10 years later, he returns in search of his past and finds Maria, the woman who once was his wife, in the company of Santiago, a writer that has given her solace. Julian's arrival then takes all of their lives down an unexpected path. It's great to see films from Mexico and Germany and also the US in this collection.
Absolutely.
Well, so moving on to the next collection.
So our Trendsetter Shorts programme, 114 viewers from 24 countries. We're getting there on this one as well. We're reaching the big figure. We've got 731 playthroughs and 98 votes currently. 2 really high figures here. We've got Jump on 43 and we've got The Moon 2050 trademark on 25. A film that had a big jump this week was Flying Stars, which is now on 7. So starting with the short live action Jump, directed by Natalie Curia. Alfred, a middle-aged party clown, leads a somewhat artistic life in New York City, but it's not quite what he imagined in his youth. As he gets older, Alfred begins to question whether he has failed to achieve his dreams and compares himself to a former college friend who seems to have it all. And then The Moon, 2050, directed by Paul Lapushkin from Russia. The Moon 2050, a fictional cosmic universe in which biological beings and artificial intelligence confront each other. The AI has already gained control of the universe and has established its own orders, according to which, at a certain frequency, some biological creatures disappear and fall into the black hole. We've got quite a few sci-fi films making it through at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And some amazing animations as well. So
Yeah,
fantastic.
there we go. And speaking of animation, another one, Flying Stars, from Argentina this time, directed by Manuel Rossi. A star fall in an unknown planet, but from inside of the star, an alien goes out and starts to film the marvelous things of the new planet with her eye and a camera. Just a really cute 2-minute short there.
I love the way that they've put their laurels on their poster as well. That's really effective.
Yeah, it is.
Perfect. So before we move on to the next collection, I just want to say hello to everyone who is talking away in the chat room. Hello from Berlin. Welcome to the stream today. Billy Reese, we can see that you're here as well, so thank you for joining. Say hello if you haven't done so already. Okay, so the Trendsetters feature. We're currently on 46 viewers from 14 countries with 430 playthroughs on 37 votes. So we've got a bar on 27 votes. This is what happens when you aren't taught how to bead on 3 votes, and Dead End in the Land of Yolcius on 3 votes. So a bar, directed by Gul Kaslan and Sedate Kiran, a film that we saw in the last roundup as well. Nomadism is the oldest socio-economical activity in the world, based on the relationship between manpower, animal and nature. Eastern and southern Anatolia regions in Turkey, the animal life-sustaining communities and tribes to continue the nomadic lifestyle without being bound to soil. This is a 74-minute documentary, which I highly recommend. This is what happens when you aren't taught how to bead, directed by George Lazard from Canada. On September 20th, the long-time Yellow Knifers will take to the stage at the Northern Art and Culture Centre for their Koki Spoken Word and Music Festival. Their performances will be moderated by Cabin Radio's Ollie Williams. So that doesn't give much away, so I do recommend that you give this film a watch, especially if you're into the spoken word poetry as well. So this is a 55-minute documentary. And then Dead End in the Land of Yolcius is directed by Serhat Etuna from Turkey. My film aims to address this infinite and endless moment of the migrant blocked in Greece. My aim is to focus on the faces of the different migrants holding a vague registration paper. The faces express both personalities and the identities of a unique person and bears a sign of de-invalidation that administrates paper emphasis. Faces, people we don't see, we don't look at, beyond the statistics, beyond the speeches. My film invites you to look at the faces of people trapped in a land of Yolcius. So this is a feature documentary, experimental, and 55 minutes long.
Amazing.
So moving on to the next programme.
Last but not least, then, we have our new voice shorts. 125 people currently watching the programme from 25 countries, 995 playthroughs. So we're so close to the 1,000 barrier there already, halfway through the festival, which is great, on 84 votes. So Steve Ajim on 16, still in the lead. Then we've got Isolation on 12 votes, which jumped up massively from last week. And Give Me Your Warmth on 9 votes. So starting with Steve Ajim, directed by Irene Della Casa from Germany. Steve Ajim is a short fictional story about 2 men, Jimmy and programmer, Steve, a musician, that cross their paths one night, unified by the paranoia of the external world, because Steve comes back home with a big amount of money, finally earned to produce his EP. There we go. And Isolation, directed by Justin McGregor, a Canadian film. Set in a world running parallel to our own pandemic-gripped reality, Isolation dips into the life of John, a young man sequestered in his high-rise apartment, waiting in tandem with a paused outside world swept up in illness. Even locked doors in the sky can be knocked upon, however, and when his past comes knocking, his isolation is rocked. This is cool because we've seen quite a lot of films, obviously, sort of exploring the very current topic and themes. But this is nice that it turns it into a slightly different, more abstract narrative there.
Absolutely.
And then Give Me Your Warmth, another German film directed by Veronika Pokopseva. On the way home, a young man meets a young woman and they go for a walk together in the night. They stroll through Berlin for a long time and talk sensibly and senselessly, trying to find the meaning in their loneliness and in this night. A nice student film there. And that brings us to the end of those programmes.
Yes, it does. I'm just going to try and get you back on video, Claire, so bear with me.
Yeah, as Nat mentioned, thank you to everyone who joined in the live chat, but we're also really looking forward to seeing everyone in the focus groups who signed up. And that's definitely something we're looking forward to.
Yeah, absolutely. So they, as we mentioned at the beginning of the stream, they kick off next Tuesday and will be running for roughly a week with the different programs, which is really, really exciting, as you're saying. And it's one of our favourite things to do, meet the filmmakers involved in our festivals. So just as you have been chatting away here in the chat room, we can't wait to physically do that and see you on screen as well. Yeah, I was going to do the quotations, but I thought, yes. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we will be back next Friday with the next round. Until then, have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.